Hello, welcome to one more interview. Today we have our special guest that her name is Heidy. Heidy, can you introduce yourself, please?
I'm sorry. I didn't understand that. Sorry.
Can you introduce yourself, please?
My name is Heidy Louisa. Um, is there anything else you wanted me to say?
What's your disability or diagnosis, Heidy?
My primary diagnosis is spina bifida, but I also have scoliosis, hydrocephalus, and a neurogenic bladder.
Okay, so you as well have spina bifida with different with a different type. What type are you? What type do you have?
I'm not sure how to say it. The myelo, the
Myelomeningocele?
really, yeah,
The
the really
longer
long
one.
one. Yeah.
Do you have to deal with any chronic pain regarding the SV,
No, actually, not related to my disability now.
but any other like chronic injuries with that has had that not necessarily that has to be with your disability, but anything among
I
that?
mean, I broke a lot of bones growing up, but mostly my legs, which I can't feel. So, um, actually, thank God, I've never broken a bone that I could feel. So,
Okay.
um, which is not a good thing because I can't always tell.
Yeah, you
Last
can
time I broke,
go
which
ahead. Go ahead.
was about 5 years ago, I didn't know for a couple of weeks.
Whoa.
So that was bad.
And I imagine your like was a little like purple or black or something.
It was red. It turned red. I got cellulitis. I ended up in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and yeah, that was bad. I was
Yeah,
off work
I can
from
imagine that
that.
going to the hospital is not your favorite thing.
Nope, definitely not.
Mine neither. Do you use any mobility aids? If so, how do they help you? And have you always used that mobility aids?
I sure do. If I can turn my camera around.
Yeah,
Um,
go ahead and show us.
wheelchair, my baby right there.
Yeah, that's an
Um,
active one.
huh?
It's an active one.
Yeah. I've used a wheelchair since I was really little. I had a podium when I was really, really little. So when I was a child, I used a parapodium and I had braces and a walker and crutches.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I got rid of all of that. Um, I only used the parapodium when I was really, really young. And then the braces and the walker and the crutches I got rid of when when I went to middle school, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Um, decided I really preferred my chair. And so I've strictly used my chair since then.
Yeah,
And I
usually
love my
we change about mobility aids depending on what's comfortable for us and what's more useful and
yeah,
what we
really
need. Sorry, you were saying?
I just really prefer my chair.
Yeah, sometimes that chair is more comfortable because yeah,
Absolutely.
we need help for some things, but the wheelchair most of the time they give us more independence.
Yeah, absolutely.
What are some of the struggles you face on a daily basis that are especially related to your disability? This can include physical, medical, mental,
Oh,
or
girl.
pressure source, or anything you wanna tell us.
Oh, um,
I know sometimes there's a lot.
there's a lot, especially right now. Um, I the big struggle right now is with incontinence.
Yeah.
Um, like I said, I have a neurogenic bladder. That my incontinence actually has been made worse by a recent surgery. And by recent, I mean 3 years ago. Um, it was supposed to make my life better,
Mm-hmm.
and it made my life so much worse. I was fully independent before that, and as you can see, I now live in a nursing home
Mm-hmm.
at 33 years old. Um, so I've been struggling nonstop for almost 3 years. Um, so I mean, that's just one example of all of the things that I have gone through, but this has definitely been the hardest season of my life. And it's only going to get harder, I think, before it gets better.
Can I ask you how much time have you been living in a nursing home?
I've been here for almost a year and a half.
Okay.
So I this is the second nursing home I've been in. I was at the first one. I was there for 6 weeks, then I tried to go home, then that didn't work out. And then I was there for several months. And then I had a medical emergency and left. And then after that cleared up, I moved here. So next month will be a year and a half that I've been here.
Year and a half.
Mhm.
Okay. I imagine it's a little difficult because you're losing a little bit of your independence.
I've completely lost my independence, 100%. I had a job before this. I had my own apartment before this. I managed my own affairs 100%, with the exception that once a month I had people help me clean my apartment. And the only other thing was I'd never learned to drive. But I took the bus and I would ride with friends or go places in my wheelchair to get around. And I was fully independent up until almost 3 years ago.
Yeah, that's I can imagine that's a huge change.
Yeah.
That comes to the next question. What's the
Mm.
story that you could share about your disability or diagnosis? Might need to clarify this. Like, you have
Oh,
anything that you want to tell me? Like, you have dealt with bullying or any health issues regarding this, or anything else you wanna?
I could talk your ear off. I love talking about my disability, actually. Not everyone does, but I love talking about
Go
it.
ahead.
Um, I was thinking about this, getting ready for this interview, and one thing about my experience with my disability is I grew up having surgery almost once a year when I was a child. And as scary as that was, um, my parents made it fun because
Mhm.
there was a zoo right around where I would have surgery. I live in Ohio, and
In Ohio?
um, in Ohio, yeah. And there's a zoo in Cincinnati, Ohio, where I would have most of my surgeries. And we were members. And whenever I would have surgery, we would go to the zoo. And I just, even though I had those surgeries so often, I have really fond memories of going to the zoo with my family when I would go there for surgery or appointments. Actually, before I knew how much of an ordeal this recent surgery was going to be, my best friend and I were going to go to the zoo after my surgery because that surgery was in Cincinnati. I live in Dayton, but my surgery was in Cincinnati. Um, And we haven't gotten to go to the zoo yet because my life blew up. But hopefully someday. But I actually, my 15th birthday was the first time that my age was greater than the number of surgeries I've had.
So you have had like a ton of surgeries.
I have. I am awaiting number 32.
32.
Yeah, this year. And it's going to be a 4-part surgery. It's going to be huge. And to be honest with you, I'm terrified.
I bet you are. Tips here.
Hey, I was wondering to show up.